Hey, this is Tuan Aditya from Lightheaven. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 power drills that you can do on the tires. The way that tire training was explained to me was that it's one of the best ways to increase and to develop power and correct body mechanics for striking with a longer weapon like a stick. It functions in a similar way that a heavy bag does for kicking and punching. The tire functions in a very similar way. It's teaching me to cut through a target, it's teaching me to hit a target while having the correct wrist alignment, the correct extension, the correct amount of sink to be able to cut through that target. This is also where you start to realize the importance of the follow through in your basic strikes. Before we begin though, it will mean a lot if you would subscribe to the channel. At the end of the video, if you liked what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. If you have anything to add to the discussion, please leave that in the comments down below. If you have any requests for future videos or questions, please also leave that in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. Our residential program is up and running and our online classes are up and running as well. If you want to register for either of them, check out the links I'm going to leave down below or get in touch with us through our email address that I'm also going to leave down below. It's not enough to just be able to hit the tire hard or to strike hard. You have to have the footwork in place and the coordination in place that allows you to have the structure and the range and the placement and all the tactics necessarily so that when you strike, you're able to strike effectively. It's not enough to just stand and hit the target, hit the tire. So all of our tire drills are also going to have some footwork associated with them. For the first drill, we're just going to be using our open triangle footwork. Just going forward 45 degrees to the right and to the left. Now, the first drill is going to be just broken attack followed by fluid angle 1, step to the other side, broken angle 2, fluid angle 2, step, angle 1 broken, angle 1 fluid, angle 2 broken, angle 2 fluid, and I'm coordinating that with my footwork. So I'm stepping and hitting, angle fluid, broken, fluid, broken, fluid, broken, fluid. Make sure that you are not too close to the tire, because if you're too close to the tire, you're going to start ending up getting stuck when you strike. You want to be at the distance where you are able to just about touch the top front of the tire. I'm not hitting here, but I'm also not hitting here because it's going to slide off. I'm hitting somewhere here. So I'm going to take a position with my feet are together. This is going to be my home. I'm going to constantly return to home before switching to the other side. I'm also going to make sure I'm going from my shoulder, back to my shoulder, across again, from my shoulder, back to my shoulder, and across. And the last thing I want to make sure is in the fluid strikes, I have a good follow through. So we start step, broken, pull it back, fluid. Come back, broken, fluid, broken, fluid, broken, fluid. Make sure that when you're striking, the wrist position is correct, that it's not like this, that's going to hurt your wrists. Make sure that you're hitting the front top of the tire, not all the top and not in front, because then it slide off. Make sure you're hitting with the top 2/3 of the stick and not from here, top 2/3, and make sure that you have good follow through for your fluid attacks. The broken attacks, you're going to pull back from where it began. Fluid is going to be a good follow through. If you are not familiar with tire training and if you haven't hit the tires before, I would suggest start at a lower power. Don't go for full power. Start at about 30%. Go nice and light. Just get used to the mechanics of striking first, because it does put a stress on your limbs that you need to get used to gradually. I made the mistake of hitting the tire too often, too hard, too fast, and that led to injuries for me. So start out slow, get used to the tire, not too many reps, not too hard, gradually build up the reps and gradually build up the power. The next drill is actually one of my favorite ones. It's one that you see used in sparring all the time. You're going to step back with an umbrella, step forward with an angle 1. Step back with an umbrella, forward with an angle 1. Back, forward, back with an umbrella, forward with an angle 1. Your footwork is going to be, this is my stance with my true lead forward. My weapon side is in front. I'm going to step in, 1, 2, step back, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The length of step that my front leg takes and the length of my step that my back leg takes must be the same. If they are not, I'm going to end up like this. I need to maintain the length of this stance and the structure of this stance. So the length of my front step and the length of my back step have to be the same. When I'm stepping forward, my front leg starts, then my back leg. When I'm stepping back, my back leg, then front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg. The other thing you can do is as I'm stepping back, you can wave out. You can bend a bit as you do that umbrella. Step in with the angle one, step out with the umbrella. In, out, in, out, in, out. One more thing that you want to make sure you're doing, and this is also a footwork thing, your body is moving in and out. It's not, my body isn't really moving. My body is moving into range, my body is moving out of range. So the footwork has to be on point. You're assuming someone's giving you an angle one, you're stepping back with an umbrella. Stepping back with an umbrella, stepping in with an angle one. So your body needs to be moving through space. It's not enough that your feet just do something while your body stays in the same place. You're looking to get out of range, into range, out of range, into range. Also make sure your umbrella is not here because you're going to get hit. Make sure your umbrella is correct and hit. The last thing that this is a suggestion, it's really up to you. I don't like to go umbrella, loading position, strike. I find that to be a waste of time to go umbrella to your loading position and strike. I like to go umbrella and directly from here itself to the angle one, umbrella, angle one, directly one leads to the other. The umbrella leads to the angle one leads to the umbrella. And that's one of the reasons why this works so well inspiring because there's no break or stop. If you want to go to the loading position, there are times when maybe going to the loading position makes sense, especially when you're beginning, your body mechanics aren't necessarily on point, your angles aren't necessarily on point. So maybe that at that point, having the loading position might help. But for me, I don't like when I'm doing this, I like to go umbrella and straight down into the angle one. You want to start, step back, just make contact. And be able to have that follow through, cut through. Don't let it get stuck here. Step back with the umbrella, cut through. Once you're able to do this, then increase the power a little bit. And then you can increase it more and more. For the last two, we're going back into our open triangle footwork. And this time we're going to have a slightly longer combination. We're going to have your basic, one of your basic tri-B combinations, which is diagonal, diagonal, circular. Yeah? Diagonal, diagonal, circular. Angle 1, angle 2, circular angle 2. Angle 1, angle 2, circular angle 2. Now the way to get the circular angle 2 is to continue that follow through and it comes back into the angle 2. So angle 1 fluid, angle 2 fluid with the follow through, circular angle 2. I'm going to do this with my open triangle footwork. Again, we're going to start soft and then we're going to increase the reps and the power. Make sure for this it's super important that your follow through is on point and it's correct. If you don't have a follow through, you're going to struggle to get that circular strike back on target. Without that follow through, you're going to really struggle to get that circular strike back on target. So I'm going to step 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. If you try and shorten the follow through, you're going to sacrifice power in both of your angle twos. I'm going to end up going, it's not going to strike in the same way. The follow through ensures that I'm able to get power in my angle two and I'm able to make the correct contact. If I shorten the follow through, I'm going to end up making contact like this. If I have good follow through, I can come back on top. So make sure your follow through is good. Your follow through is good between the 2 and the 2, especially. 1, 2, follow through, 2. 1, 2, follow through, 2. Without that follow through, you're really going to struggle with this combination. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you have anything to add to the discussion, if you have any your own tire drills that you like to do, leave all of that stuff in the comments down below. If you have any requests for future videos or any questions, also leave that in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. Like I said earlier, a residential program is up and running, and as are online classes. To register for either of them, check out the links I'm going to leave down below, or email us in the email link I'm going to leave down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next video.